What it look like, y'all? What's happening? What it is? What it ain't? Y'all ready? Welcome to the channel. You know how this is going down. I'm King Astro. Let's go! Man, bring in my theme music. Alright, guys. First, I want to give a big shout out to all my star seeds out there. To all my chosen ones out there. To all my beautiful people out there. To all my woke motherfuckers out there. To all the people getting this information out there. To the people making sure that, you know, the planet and the people on this planet raise their vibration so that this earth and its people can ascend to the next level, into the next dimension, which is the fifth dimension, which is all about love and creativity. Shout out to all the people on the front lines in the battlefield. Shout out to all your retainers out there and maintainers. Everybody out there doing the work that needs to be done. You guys are the real MVP. I thank you, I appreciate you, and I send love, light, positivity, prosperity out to each and every single one of you guys. Because without y'all, I wouldn't be in the state I am. I won't be in the state of wokeness that I am. Okay? Oh man, it was a beautiful day today. I got to see the sunset. And oddly enough, the moon decided to show up. It was a half moon. And yeah, it was pretty interesting to watch and see both of them at the same time. But it's also a beautiful thing. You know, why are they both out at the same time? That's another video for another time. But I will say, most likely the moon is getting pulled closer to the sun, and I don't know, the sky is opening up where you can see everything, and the moon has probably always been there. You just probably never could see it. But that's a topic for another time, so I digress. But welcome guys, welcome. Thank you for watching the video, and we're gonna get right into it. How to survive the zombie apocalypse. Alright, and trust me, like I said, it sounds like I'm going off on a tangent, but everything relates back to semen retention. Faux show, because without semen retention, I would not be here right now thinking the way I do, talking the way I do. Okay? All this literally started from semen retention. Okay, and I want to make that clear. Semen retention is like the root, right? Semen retention is the root. You want to cure the root of anything, because everything starts at the root. When you plant the seed, okay, the seed grows roots first and then it sprouts. Okay, because it needs to get a firm grip on the earth. Then it sprouts into the air, to the sun. You know, reaching for the stars. Right? Same thing with you. When you let your seed germinate, you let your seed grow. Okay, the roots become firm, become planted, and then your tree starts to sprout. Right? So this is the root. This is the root cure for everything. Okay, if you want to start to cure yourself, heal yourself of a lot of things, addictions, you got to start at the root. And the root is below your sacrum. Okay, the root chakra. Okay, below the right where the pelvic area is. And that's your sex chakra, you know, where your sex energy is. And if you got to control your sex. If you can control your sex and you have the willpower, I mean, like I said, that's the root. That's where it starts, and everything else just starts to roll into place. Alright? A lot of knowledge starts to come in too. Alright, so why I say retaining and maintaining, semen retention is the way to survive the zombie apocalypse. And let's just get the terms straight. We are already in the zombie apocalypse. Okay, it might not look this grim yet, but it's probably grim in some places. Look at what's going on around the world. Okay, there's some places where cannibalism is going down for real. Okay, it's getting crazy out there, There's food shortages, everything going on. I'm not trying to fearmonger, but that's just the reality of the situation. But, there's plenty of ways to prepare for the dark ages or the zombie apocalypse that's really right here, but it's only gonna, get intensified with the changes that's going on the planet. Okay? Some things are gonna have to get really bad before it gets really, really good, you know what I'm saying? And that's real talk. I put that on God, on my soul. Like, things are gonna get pretty bad, and a lot of people are not gonna be able to handle the trials and tribulations that are gonna come. Okay, everything's gonna get tested. Your mental, your spirit, your emotions, everything's gonna be tested. It's getting tested right now, but hey, So as you can see, we got on the screen, we got Days Gone, which is one of my favorite games to play. I mean, the game is just so surreal, But as you can see, it's a dangerous life, and you gotta survive on the road as an outlaw biker. The main protagonist is Deacon St. John, to be exact. Very cool name. And you gotta face these zombie-like humanoid hybrid creatures called freakers. And you got some humans too that are pretty crazy that you gotta try to get through. But the world is completely destroyed, ripped apart, and it was all caused by a pandemic. Interesting, right? So this is caused by a pandemic. This is pretty much the aftermath, and it's continuing. All right. So yeah, outlaw. What do you think? What do you think this Deacon St. John is doing? Do you think he's squandering? Do you think he's wasting his semen? You think he's sitting in front of a computer watching porn, jerking off? Especially living in this time that he's living, when he has to be on his toes 24/7. Survival mode. That's the thing, man. Like, if you're gonna have to be in survival mode all of a sudden for a period of time, how are you gonna cope? How are you gonna cope if your escape was to release? To let your semen go, to jerk off, to watch porn, to get that quick dopamine fix. To get that little high, that orgasm. The 3 seconds of heaven. What do you think he's doing that? I mean, you can't survive in this world if that's what you're focused on. Okay, and I know a lot of people are comfortable, but it's gonna get uncomfortable. But hey, through that uncomfortability, that's when you can shine. You gotta get uncomfortable, and retaining your semen is very uncomfortable. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, alright? I'm not gonna get on here and sugarcoat nothing. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. I'm gonna give it to you real. I know about other channels that talk about semen retention, but I know they're not gonna be getting as deep as I'm gonna be getting. Okay, if I get a chance to get the information that I'm trying to get out, I'm just trying to roll it out piece by piece, because I mean, I really do just want to hit you in the face with all of it, but I can't do that. So I kind of have to, spread the information out. But again, repeat most of it so it sticks. Okay? It's a pandemic that's going on, and Everybody's masked up, worrying about work and this and that, and the vibes is low, you know. And a lot of people are stuck in the house, you know. They don't know what to do, and you know, what do you think they're doing? A lot of men are probably squandering just to get by, you know, squandering away just to get by. And then this, man, I really feel bad because you don't know what you're doing to your body, your mind, your soul when you man, trust me, listen. Years, man, years. Too many years just gone squandering, man. So all I'm saying is it's time for healing. And if you want to heal, you have to go the distance. You know, got to go a distance. I'm 145 days in as we speak, and like I said, I plan on going the distance. I'm just gonna keep going, keep retaining, maintaining, detaining, containing, and sustaining. You know, because that's where I get my sustenance from. It's from semen retention. Okay, semen retention has healed everything. I'm telling you, like, so many benefits to this shit. I don't even know where to begin. Okay, but if you want to survive the zombie apocalypse and this plandemic, okay, you need to retain because semen retention pretty much it rewires your brain. You know what I'm saying? It rewires your brain because if when you're watching porn and you're fapping away to that, like I said, all that information that's being downloaded into your system, okay, you know, that signal that you're tuning in, that frequency, okay, because it's a frequency. When you're watching porn, it's a certain frequency, and it's a low vibratory, you know, type frequency. So when you're tuning to that frequency and you're in that zone, you know, it does something to your mind, you know, it does something to your heart. It keeps you in a really low vibratory state, and then you drain yourself, which even takes you even lower than low. Okay, so when your root is drained, what do you have? You have nothing left. Okay, and then you have to wait for God to give you the seed, because where does your sperm come from? Okay, and I told you it comes from different steps. There's different levels to it. Okay, food becomes chow. Chow becomes flesh. Flesh becomes blood. Blood becomes bone. Bone becomes marrow, and marrow becomes semen. And each of those steps takes 3 to 5 days. Okay? 7 levels to it. Food to chow. Chow to flesh. Flesh to blood. Blood to bones. Bones to marrow. Marrow to semen. Okay, that's a very long process just to make semen. Okay, and it's taking the finest of the finest nutrients and vitamins. And that's what it needs to create a child, along and mixed with your cerebral spinal fluid, which is the fluid that comes from your pineal gland and your pituitary gland, the melatonin and the oxytocin, the milk and honey that comes from your pineal gland and pituitary gland. Okay, which is your magnetic and your electric charge. Pineal is electric, pituitary is magnetic. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, I'm gonna get back to that. Keep that in mind. Those electrical charges that come from your brain that mix in with your semen and give it that electrical charge. Because let me tell you, when they clone human beings, what do they use? They lose electromagnetism. Okay, some form of it. Okay, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. I'm gonna save that for different videos. But same thing with creating sperm cells. You know, they use electromagnetism, some type of machine that uses electromagnetism where they can split cells and do things, you know, and manipulate and splice genes. But it's all with electricity and magnetism. Just do your research on it. I'll get deep into that later. Okay, but like I said, this is rewiring of the brain. Okay, so when you rewire your brain, okay, let me tell you what's happening. Okay, because you're not squandering away watching porn. You're not gonna have that mental fog that you always had. Okay, you're not gonna have that mental fog that you always had in your brain because you're not watching low vibratory content. Okay, you're not feeding your eyes and your mind with that and your soul with that, because the eyes are the window to your soul. So what you're watching, that affects your soul too. So while you're watching this, getting this dopamine high and you're squandering away, like I said, your cerebral spinal fluid, which is your melatonin, okay, which it facilitates your mood and your immune system. Okay, that's very important, and your sleep rhythm. And melatonin is also anti-aging. Okay, so that comes from your brain. So when you jerk off and you squander it away, boom, that's all gone. That's why you age quicker. Okay, and that's why you get sick, because your immune system is low. You know, and that's why you have mood swings, because melatonin helps to regulate that. Okay, that's why you can't sleep good, because you know it helps with your sleep rhythm. And then also your pituitary gland, which releases the oxytocin and vasopressin, you know, which facilitates trust, peace, and empathy. So you know you're walking around paranoid, you don't trust people, you don't have peace within your mind. Okay, and it also helps facilitate fear, anxiety, and aggression. Okay, it helps you to control that. You know, and that's why a lot of people are so anxious, you know, and so aggressive. You know, you see everything that's going on with the riots, you know, and everybody doesn't, everybody sees what's going on and they're so anxious, you know. They're feeling the anxiety because the planet is changing, everything's changing, and if you want to deny that it is, then I don't know. But if you're on semen retention, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, because semen retention will help you get this information in your brain. When you're not watching porn, you're not squandering, your brain becomes open to other information. And then it starts to grow. Okay, your brain is a muscle, it needs to grow. So you need to feed it the right things, the right information. You need to seek the truth. Okay, your brain is the way to get out the matrix. Your heart is the way to stay out of the matrix. Okay? And don't worry, when you retain, your brain will figure it out. As long as you ask the right questions, it'll come to you. Alright? So, like I said, this rewires your brain. It increases your brain activity. Okay? As long as you seek the truth. And as long as you don't squander away your pituitary and pineal gland. Okay? And this, like I said, this helps you to open up your brain too. This will help you decalcify your pineal gland. Okay, so this is important during the zombie apocalypse. Okay, so first, when you have more brain activity, you can be able to think straight, be able to focus more. Okay, because you need to be able to have that compass, and everybody has a compass within them. Okay, your mind and your heart connected together, the electric and magnetism. Okay, if they're flowing in unison with each other, that's your moral compass. That's your compass. That's your navigation to move and navigate your way through this earth. Navigate through this plane of existence to hear the right voice that's going to tell you what's going on. Because you receive messages every day. The sun is information. The sun gives information out and receives it. And the same with us. We receive information and we give out information too. Okay? And knowledge is power. Okay? Because the more you know, the better. But as long as you have the right information and you're not misinformed and misled, you know. But whatever information that you resonate with and that sticks with you, you know, go with the flow. Okay? So you have to have that mental sharpness during the zombie apocalypse. Because you need to know how to navigate, to know what you're doing, what to do next, to be able to see what they're doing. Okay, it gives you that clairvoyance. You can see what's happening and know what's going down next. You already know that everything that's going on is due to the sun changing. And now the sun is emitting CMEs. What is CMEs? Coronal mass emissions. Okay? And due to the CMEs, it's emitting a lot of radiation. Okay, and pretty much the atmosphere has been opened up on Earth. So the radiation that was once on top of the stratosphere is now coming down to the bottom. So it used to be UVA and UVB and UVC at the top. But now UVC has reached the bottom level, and UVC is high levels of radiation. High levels of radiation, and this is when things start to change. DNA starts to change. Okay, information starts to change. Like behavior starts to change. A lot of things that are not cannot survive in that kind of radiation and change will eventually get wiped away. All right. So you know that the sun is releasing high levels of EMP, electromagnetic pulses, and that stuff is hitting the earth and it's sending waves of information here. You know, it's literally crashing on the earth, and you got to be able to handle all those electromagnetic waves that are coming to the earth right now. And the only way to do that is you got to retain your semen, because retaining your semen increases your electromagnetism. And I've said this on other videos. You know, this is very important. The electric charge and magnetic charge comes from your pineal and your pituitary gland. It mixes in with your semen, and that charge is pretty strong because there's a lot of energy in your root chakra. Okay, and if you don't squander it and you let it go back up to your brain and you absorb the semen, you get all the nutrients, you get all the benefits, you get the anti-aging, you get the smooth skin, and then you get the brain power when it goes back into the hypothalamus where it sits for 2.5 days, and then it's transmuted to your pineal gland in different parts of your brain, opening your brain, giving you more brain power. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's very important to retain your semen, because I'm giving you the science of what's going on. I'm not just going to tell you this is what it does. I'm going to give you the science and break it down about how this is going about within your body. Okay? I'll break it down as best as I can. It's a lot of information, but I got to get through it. Okay, so another way to survive the zombie apocalypse to retaining is retaining balances out your chakras, right? And this is very important because pretty much right now, like I said, the changes on the earth that's happening, you want to be able to move with the energies that are coming in. So the earth is moving it to a different density, right? So you have to be able to become a different density too. So pretty much in order to do that is you have to balance out your chakras, right? And semen retention will help you balance out your chakras, because it's like the yin and the yang flowing through you. And I already told you what the pineal and the pituitary gland does, since it facilitates mood and your fear and anxiety and aggression. It helps you to control that. It helps you control your sleep rhythm. You know, all this is linked in with your mood and how you feel and how you think. So this is very important. That's why you should retain your semen, because it'll pretty much help to raise your vibration and balance out your chakras. You know, you already started the root. And once you get that in check, you get the willpower in check, you get the discipline in check. Move up to the sacrum. Okay, and then the sacrum is where your stomach is, where what you eat. You gotta control what you eat. Okay, and I'll get into that. Okay, and then you move on up to your heart. You gotta open up your heart, show love. Do you have love for your brother and your sister? You know, are you trying to help them? You know, would you give up your vessel for your brother? Okay, and then you get to the throat. You know, are you speaking throat? Are you living in truth? You know, do you make sure that when you interact with other people that they get to know the truth about what's going on? You know, for the most part. You know, you do your part to pass on the information, because that's all we're here to do, pass on the information. Okay, practice and then pass it on. If it works for you, pass it on. Okay, and then, you know, we get to the crown chakra, which is right at the top. And, you know, when you're retaining, you're already getting your brain power and you're already decalcifying your pineal gland. So, you know, that's a plus, and that's going to help balance out your chakras. Okay, The other way that this helps with the zombie apocalypse is pretty much it helps with blood cell regeneration, and you're gonna need this because if you ever get injured or you have an injury, or you need to make more growth hormones to pretty much be able to continue to heal on the inside, because a lot of people are damaged on the inside from what they've been eating, years of bad food and all that stuff, right? So you need cell regeneration, and semen retention will help you with that. It helps speed up that process, coupled with fasting. Fasting is another way to get that cell regeneration, make new blood cells, and pretty much to promote growth hormones within your body, because you stop producing growth hormones after 30. So this helps to bring it back, you know what I mean? So if you have any injury, anything that needs to be healed, this will help to heal it, right? Because during the zombie apocalypse, yeah, you need to be healing on the inside as well as the outside, right? Okay. Like I said, this also decalcifies your pineal gland, and you couple that with sun gazing. This is all the information that you're going to be receiving, so you can navigate and find out what you're doing. Okay, balancing out your chakras, coupled with meditation. Okay, will help you tap into your inner self, tap into your higher self, so you can be more prepared, so you can see the steps to take in order to survive the pandemic, in order to survive the Plandemic, in order to survive the zombie apocalypse. Okay. It's very, very important to retain your semen during the zombie apocalypse, because this also gives you a lot of strength. Okay, so you're holding in a lot of testosterone, which is also in your semen. So you're retaining that, you're not squandering, you're not letting it go. So naturally, you're gonna get stronger and stronger. The longer you hold it in, you're gonna get stronger. Okay. And everything would just stick. Like I said, I started retaining 145 days in, and man, I tell you, like, I'm in super fit shape. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life. I used to work out 5 days a week for 2 years straight, and it took me 2 months to get back into that shape that it took me 2 years to get. Okay. And when you're retaining, everything just happens faster, quicker. You get stronger bones, right? Because you're not squandering, and the semen comes from your bone, and when you don't squander it, it goes back into your bones, right? Parts of it, not all of it. Okay, so because to build stronger muscles or bigger muscles, you need stronger bones. That's all it is. Okay, so how do you get stronger bones? You retain your semen. Okay, because strength is, respected. You need strength during this zombie apocalypse. You need to be able to defend yourself. Practice some martial arts. If you practice martial arts and you're retaining you're retaining your semen, then trust me, you're just only gonna get better, faster and faster, and stronger. Okay, and get more confident in yourself to be able to defend yourself. If you have to, right? So you get a lot of strength. You couple that with exercising, you get stronger, right? Become a beast. You look like you're ready for the zombie apocalypse. You're strong enough to handle whatever may come your way, right? Okay, so another reason to retain during the zombie apocalypse is, let's see, your immune system is definitely gonna heal your immune system, right? Like if you couple this with not eating meat, if you couple this with vegetarianism or veganism, listen, I don't care what you say or what you want to say. When you eat meat, okay, yeah, you get all the proteins and stuff, but just know that the other stuff that you get from meat is literally eating you up from the inside out. Okay, it's eating away from your inside. It's killing your insides. Okay, I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, because you're eating dead animals. You're eating dead animals. Plain and simple. I'm not saying you gotta cut out completely, but you don't have to eat that much. Okay, you're eating something that's dead. You're not eating something that's alive. So, and you don't know how these animals were killed or tortured. So, and trust me, I know. I came from a third world country. I've seen it. I've been there. I've seen it get down. And trust me, no animal has ever wanted to no animal ever went quietly, okay? No animal ever went quietly. Not that I've seen, and I've seen a lot of them, okay? Because everything wants to live, you know? And why would we have to take a life just to give ourselves life? That's not how things work, okay? I feel like even some of these animals that eat meat, it's just unnatural. You know, I'm pretty sure there's something they could eat where they could survive and they don't have to kill another or spill blood. But you know, it's just the way the planet is. The planet is in a low vibratory state, so it has that. And as the planet moves into a higher vibration, a lot of that won't be coming along with it. Okay, and a lot of people who are not retaining won't be coming along with it either, because if you're not retaining, you're busting a nut. You're gonna be stuck in the zombie apocalypse. You know, you might survive, and if you do survive, you're gonna be stuck in it, and you're gonna be stuck in survival mode always. Okay, the plan is to maintain and get through it, and then to come out of it on the other side. Okay, and in order to come out on the other side, you need to retain your semen. Okay, you need to retain your semen. You need to hold in your Christ oil. You need to hold in your light, because this is your light. Okay, and the longer you hold in your light, the more to shine, the more information you get, the more information you receive. Like I'm telling you guys, listen, I wasn't talking like this 145 days ago. Okay, I was not. Like, I wasn't even thinking about none of this. You know, I was thinking about the usual. Okay, and then but something struck me and said, you know what? It's time to stop. You know, it's time to quit. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. And then the very next day, it was on. You know what I'm saying? The very next day, it was on, and I'm sticking to it because I've seen the benefits, and the benefits is a lot of information. I see the truth. Okay, and the truth is everything is backwards right now. Men should not be squandering. Okay, this is the way to keep control of yourself, to get that willpower, to get that discipline. This is where it starts. It starts at the root. Okay, ladies, you can do this too. You don't have to squander. Okay, you don't have to orgasm. You don't have to come either. Okay, you can hold that energy in. And the longer you hold it in, because the process is the same for women too. Okay, women create semen too. Okay, that's a whole nother topic. We get into that, but you do have a pituitary and a pineal gland that works within you. If not, it's even more powerful than the men's. But if you retain, you get the information, and then you can break through the matrix. Okay, because right now the zombie apocalypse is happening in the matrix, and you have to find a way to break out that matrix. And it starts with your mind. Okay, because everything is to trick your mind, okay, and then your heart follows, you know. But deep down, you know in your heart that something's not right. Okay, because it's not matching. The frequencies are not matching. Okay, so this is definitely the way to get through a pandemic. Is you just gotta retain, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you just gotta retain. This is the way to start that healing. Okay, start from the root chakra, and then begin to heal and move everything up. You know, you have to start regenerating your cells and start healing. Okay, you have to start fasting. Okay, and let me tell you something, man. Fasting is a big deal. Fasting is a very big deal. If you want to shed off a lot of toxins, you want to detox for real, you need to go on a, let's say, 60-hour fast. Okay, I'm gonna just say 2.5 days. Okay, you need to go 2.5 days fasting, drink water. Okay, if you're a beginner, you know, you can have fruits once a day, but you know, you're gonna be going a lot. You're gonna be going number 2 a lot. And I don't know, if you're a semi-beginner, you could drink water, drink some tea, you know, or only drink fruit juices, you know, just detox. But for the most part, I say just do water, you know, just go for water. Go for water and tea, 2.5 days, and see how you feel. And try to do it every month. Every month, just dedicate 2.5 days to not eating, okay? Because you need to get to that point where you're not eating 3 times a day. You don't have to eat 3 times a day, people. Okay, you got to give your body a chance to regenerate. Okay, because digestion is a very, very tremulous and long, hefty process that the body has to go through, and it takes a lot of energy to digest. So, and your body can't just work on 10 different things all at the same time. It does, but you know, for the systems, the internal systems, it can only do a few at a time. So if you're going through the digestion system, that becomes a priority, and then it puts healing to the wayside. It puts cell regeneration to the wayside. But when you stop eating for a certain amount of time, then your body's like, oh, okay, well, I don't have to digest anything. Maybe I can start healing this. Maybe I can start healing that. Maybe we can make new cells here. Maybe we can make stronger cells here. Okay? And trust me, like, I do it all the time, and when I do it, I don't lose my gains. Okay, I intermittent fast every day, meaning I only eat one meal a day. And I don't lose my gains, I'm making gains. People were telling me I'm getting bigger, and I'm like, well, I'm eating less, but okay. But somehow it's working out, because what I'm gaining, I'm maintaining and sustaining and containing and retaining, okay? It's all about gains. So what are you gaining? I know what I'm gaining. I'm gaining a lot of knowledge. I'm gaining a lot of wisdom. My spirituality is definitely on another level, and I'm enjoying every step of the way of this semen retention. I'm telling you, like, all this information is from semen retention. I just asked a question, and since my body is already filled with information, coupled with sun gaze and the fasting, my mind is clear, my body is clear, so the information just comes to me like, oh, this makes sense. And trust me, like, I'm ready for this. I'm built for this. I wanted to know the truth. I always felt like something was wrong, and now that I'm seeing it, I'm like, wow, this is what's going on, okay? And it all started with just controlling my sex, starting at the roots and letting that tree grow. And that when that tree grows and has those branches and leaves and bushes and different nature comes and interacts with it. The squirrel lives in there, the bird lives in there, it supports other life and other nature just out of love, just being there. That's what the same thing that happens inside you. You let that tree grow inside you. Okay, that tree of life and that tree of knowledge. Okay, which comes from your pituitary and pineal gland. Right? Right. It's simple like that, just like that, easy. I don't know, guys. I don't know what else to tell you, man. But just look at Deacon St. John, man. This guy is a total badass. He don't take no shit, man. Okay, and he's definitely not squandering his shit away, man. Cause you gotta be on your toes. You think you could be a gun toting? You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, like, yo, you can't be like this and be squandering away, is what I'm trying to tell you. You gotta be on some whole other shit. Right? So, yeah, man, all I'm saying is you just gotta start at the root. You gotta retain, man. You just gotta retain. And I feel sorry for the people who are not up to this right now, because it's gonna become to you. Only got a few, I don't know, there's only a few. You don't have much longer left, alright? You got a few years left. You gotta get this shit right. We all gotta get this shit right. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the message that I'm receiving. Okay, the new earth is coming, and in the new earth, people are not gonna be watching porn and squandering away. Alright? And that's the world we should want to be living in. We want to live in a world where we have abundance, where we don't have to do that. And where that means something, where your semen means something, when you have a value for your semen, because this gives life. Okay? Alright. Well, shout out to all my star people out there. Shout out to all my chosen ones. You already know what this is. I'm King Astro, and I love you. And sending out light, peace, and prosperity. Easy. Just like that, on God. Peace.